Okay. Same ways, what about an unborn person? Okay. So unborn person, as in it's not an imaginary person, that's a kid of 2 years when he or she will have a person, not like that. Okay. Usually when we talk about unborn person, most of the cases we consider a child in mother's womb. Okay. That we consider mostly. So a child that is still in womb of its mother is still not technically a person. Actually, the person has not yet born, and we do not know whether the person will be born alive or not. But still, he is considered as a legal fiction. An unborn child is considered as already born. That is, he is granted certain legal personality. A lot of situations you would see that that person is also been recognized. If the child is born alive, he will then enjoy legal status. So we assume that this person is going to be born alive. Based on that assumption, we give him certain rights as well before he is born. Okay, many times he would even say insurance policies also recognize that if you are buying an insurance policy and the person is like expecting a baby, the policy might say that, okay, if you are having a kid who is born alive, and just after birth there are so many complications that take place, right? Sometimes the kid is kept in ICU and all that stuff also. So insurance policy might say that we are going to cover that also, as in the couple is not yet having a kid, but still insurance policy recognizes it, right? That is nothing but an unborn person. Once you have a child, if the child suffers any complication right from the moment of his birth, we are going to provide coverage. That is also nothing but recognizing right of an unborn person. Okay, same ways there are a lot of different things where we see it. There is no legal impediment to prevent unborn person from holding properties of their antecedents. His ownership is necessarily contingent because he may or may not be born. There are situations where the father dies before birth of the child. In such a case, if the wife was pregnant and the husband died, we do not know whether the child would be born alive or not. But in such cases also, what we say is property of the father will get transferred. But yes, it is contingent because we are not sure whether the child would be born alive or not. If it is born alive, it will get rights on property of the father as well. Okay, and there is this if a person died intestate, like without writing a will or anything, the person died and he is having a son. Okay, he is having a son, posthumous son, who is born after death of his father. While he was still in mother's womb, the father died. Father did not prepare any will or anything. In such cases, he is even entitled to inherit the property, and not otherwise. But in case where the person died tested, the testator can allot legacy to the unborn descendants. If the father had already prepared a will, whoever got the property, that person can also transfer it to the child. If property was not given under will, then he can succeed it, because it is recognized that even though he is born after death of the father, he was there in mother's womb while the father died. His rights are also been recognized. A child in mother's womb for many purposes is regarded as a legal fiction, like an already born person. Okay, so we have this Latin maxim as well, which means that fetus in is legally presumed to have been born. Even though they are not yet to be born, we consider that yes, they are going to be born alive. And based on that assumption, a lot of rights are being given as well. Like under property law, we see property may be transferred, right? By way of a trust, property may be transferred. That okay, fine. You take this property until and unless this person is born alive, until and unless this person attains the age of majority. You take care of the property. Once the person becomes major, property will get transferred to the child. Like that, we have provisions as well. Okay, like acquisition of property by the child itself, or being a life chosen to form part of the period in the rule against perpetuity. So we might say that, okay, fine, you take care of the property. Once this child attains the age of 18 years, he becomes a major person, property would get transferred to the child as well. Right of unborn person to hold property varies in different jurisdictions. Like in US, right? Initially, it was not considered. Like when we say human being, it only means those people who are like living human beings. A child in mother's womb was initially not considered, but then there was a case, there was 14th Amendment coming in, and after that, with judicial interpretation, US Supreme Court also said that when we talk about person, it includes all human beings, born or unborn, are entitled to protection. So in US also it's recognized, in India also we see there are different laws under which it is recognized, under constitution, under different statutes we see. Like in case of IPC, you will see it is a punishable offense. I think some 7 years or something punishment is there for miscarriage or willful injury to an unborn child. If a woman is pregnant and someone willingly does anything to like end up having a miscarriage, in such a case punishment is also severe. So that is nothing but it's almost like a murder only, right? It's recognized means court again recognizes rights of unborn person. Like that we have provisions under IPC. Okay, a posthumous child, as in a child born after death of the father, may also inherit, but if he dies in womb or is still unborn, his inheritance fails to take effect. If he borns alive, he gets the right to inherit property also. When we talk about Transfer of Property Act, transfer of property can be for benefit of unborn child. We need to create a trust. You can say that you take care of this property. Once this child is born, this child will be getting the property. Same ways in Succession Act we see. Interest may be created in name of an unborn child. In Hindu law also we see Mitakshara law, unborn child will also have interest in corporationary property. CRPC also we see female inmate, if she is sentenced to death, capital punishment is given, and then court comes to know that she is pregnant, that is postponed till the child is born, because mother has done something wrong. You cannot kill the child, right? And this is like a very common thing that is shown in a lot of Hindi serials also, that a female commits a crime and court is about to give her death penalty. She goes to the advocate and asks, how can I escape this death penalty? And the advocate says, yes, if you can become pregnant within this period, then it would get postponed. Might be it can get cancelled also, because you need to take care of the child also. Might be it can be converted to life imprisonment or something, right? So all these are nothing but we are recognizing right of an unborn child. Even if the child is not yet born, we consider it as a human being itself. Okay, is it clear?
Yes, madam.
Hey, before we continue, I wanted to inform you about my live mentorship program for LLB students or law aspirants. Law subjects and law topics need detailed clarity. We get that with the help of cases, examples, and detailed explanation. It's definitely not possible to include everything in these short videos. If you find my videos easy to understand and you are looking for some professional help in preparing for your examination, you can join my live mentorship program. Here you will be getting exam tips, answer writing skills, detailed notes that you can refer for your examination, cases, examples, and in a very easy way topics will be explained. I have live classes going on for a lot of subjects as of now. To know more about it, you can drop me a message on this WhatsApp number. I'm also helping a lot of students in writing their assignments. If you need any such help or for any queries, any suggestions, you can drop me a message on this WhatsApp number. And now let's continue with our video.